right. So have your book going this way. Just bring your feet on the outside edges. So just a little bit of awareness. My book is a little too wide to bring my legs into perfect alignment, but we'll just have that awareness for a moment. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And so I'm kind of squeezing in with my heels and my big toes, just so I have a little bit of awareness of my inner thighs. That also helps lift your quadriceps. Pull those abs in, lengthen your tailbone, pull your ribs down, drape those shoulders out of your ears, and extend tall through the top back side of your head. Then step up on that book with your right foot. Left leg is up in the air, even with that right foot. We're going to bend the right knee so that the left heel taps the floor and lifts. Tap and lift. No weight on the left foot, right? So I'm just bending and straightening my right leg, tapping that left foot. Again, no weight, just using that quad, a little bit of glute right now. 2 more times. Good. Lift it up. Bring that leg in front of you. Slide your toe forward and come up. Forward and come up. Keep that going. You're working into the glute and the quad of that right leg. Well, I put my Halloween lights up, but I forgot to close the window shades. All right, one more in this direction. Then we're going to bring that leg to the side. We're going to slide it out and in, and out and in. Slide and slide, slide. Bend into that right leg, no weight on your left leg. Sit that hip straight back rather than have it veer to the right. 2 more. Beautiful. We should be feeling this by now. Now point the back leg, straighten it as much as you can. So really flex through the quad, bend the right knee, reach through those left toes, reach and up. All your weight on that right leg, bending that right knee, chest stays upright, so we're not hinging forward. We're staying nice and upright as we stretch back. As always, no weight on that left leg. It stays on the right leg. Woo! 2 more. Good. And on this last one, we're going to cross that leg behind us, sit into the curtsy and up. Curtsy and up. Once more, no weight on the left leg. All the weight stays on the right. And by this time, that glute and hopefully the quad, they should be feeling this. 2 more. Bring it back. Lift it up, bring that foot down, take the leg you just worked, your right leg, bring it in front, and then we're gonna arch over to the left, push that hip to the right, and that should give you a nice stretch to start with, and then come on up, step up and over your book, onto the book with the left leg, and then we'll let that right leg hover. We're gonna bend the left knee and tap the right heel to the ground. So we bend and lift. Bend and lift. Keep it going. Bending and lifting. Bend and lift. Few more here. Very nice. Now that leg comes out in front of you. Bend that left knee. Slide that right leg forward and back. Forward and back. Two more. Very nice. Now that leg comes to the side, right? We reach. We reach. Good. Keep that going. Two more. Awesome. Leg to the back. Flex through that quad. Straighten that right leg as you reach back and stand up. Reach back and stand up. All the way down that left leg again. Keep it going. Last few. Last one. Leg crosses behind you and we curtsy and up. Curtsy. By this time that leg should be talking to you, that outer hip. Ouch. Oh, gee, yikes. Good. Just a couple more here. And last one. Step down, cross your left leg in front, arch over to the right, send that hip to the left, and bring that back. Shake that out, and let's come on down. Have your book handy, of course. All right, so we're going to start lying down. So go ahead and mosey your way down to, oops, unless you have a tail behind you, mosey your way down to a lying down position. All right, and then we're going to bring that book right above us. Try not to have your wrists like that, right? Extend your wrists so you're just holding on, maybe even go long fingers. Deep breath in. Exhale, poke a hole in the ceiling with your fingers, and then on the inhale, reach your arms by your ears, and that should add the challenge because that book has some weight. And we exhale and come down. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, pull your belly button to your spine, lift your ribs up towards your hips. Inhale, arm goes up overhead. Good. And back through center and exhale down. So we inhale to lift. We exhale to reach, we inhale up, and we exhale down. Inhale to prepare. I screwed up the breathing there. Exhale, lift. Maybe I didn't. Inhale to reach. Exhale all the way down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. One change. If your neck is bothering you, because having that weight sometimes does, bring that book behind you. Fingertips on the ends of the book, right? Not clasped. Elbows wide. Exhale, lift up, keep the elbows as wide as possible. Hold here on the inhale and then come down. Or option, exhale to lift up and then extend at the top and then protect your neck again as you come down. So as we continue the exercises today, at any point, if you want to use the book to support your head, but give some weight at the same time, feel free to do that. All right. And then last time we're going to come up, we're going to support the head. Lift those legs, tabletop position, extend the legs and reach the arms for double leg stretch. Then we'll just tap the knees and we'll reach and extend. And we'll tap and we'll reach and extend. Good. So we're going to reach, we're going to tap. We're going to reach and tap. Again, feel free to support your head and extend, support, and extend. There's already a lot going on here. And reach 2 more times. Good. Relax. Bring the book underneath your head. Try to slide it so that instead of being way down here at your neck, it's up towards the top of your skull so that your chin drops down, right? So it's on the top half of my skull. From here, we're going to do our slow double leg stretch. So you're going to inhale, open those knees. Exhale, lift up, just hover right above the book. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex your heels, reach your arms overhead. And then on the next inhale, you reach toward those toes. You might come all the way up, teaser position, but you don't have to. Exhale down, drop your head, nod your head. Yes. Inhale, open. Exhale to lift. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach overhead. Inhale, your version of lifting to the toes. Exhale, take your time, tuck your chin. Inhale, open. Exhale to lift. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach, and exhale down. Couple more, and then you get to do one on your own. So we inhale to open, we exhale to lift. We inhale to point, we exhale to flex and reach. We inhale to lift, we exhale down, tuck the chin. Last one with me, then you've got one on your own. Inhale, knees open, exhale to lift. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Try one more on your own for me, please. And then hug your knees into your chest. and take a quick little break. All right, and then we're going to use that book for our single leg stretch. So you're going to take that book, you're going to put it at the base of the left leg up against the thigh, and then you're going to place your hands against it, and we're just going to use that to create that resistance, as we often do. And then we'll reach through those right toes, and we're going to hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it up, reach through the left toes, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to switch, exhale to reach the toes. Inhale to switch, exhale to reach. Inhale to switch, exhale, reach. Inhale to switch, exhale, reach. Keep that going for me. Couple more. Good, good, good. Last 2. And last 1. Take a break, stack the knees, put the book on the legs. So you're going to stay strong, so you don't want your feet to drop or your book will slide. Lift yourself up and pump your arms for the 100. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice if your book is popping up and down, can you be more stable in your lower body, even though your arms are pumping quickly? Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost there. Inhale and exhale, and then just bring that down and let the weight of the book give you a nice stretch here. All right, and then we're going to use that book as a weight by putting it between our knees. Now, depending on how slippery your pants are and how slippery your book is, you might have to adjust this down between your, get more grip between your calves or whatever. Tabletop position, pull those abs and ribs in as we do our toe touch. Now, because you have more weight, be really careful that you don't let that weight lift your low back off the ground. So stay in control here. Keep it going. Hey, let's play with the toy instead of the flag. Here, play with your toy instead. Thank you. 2 more. And then let's just hold that book and our toes away from us, challenging position, and then hug that in. All right, now we're going to do toe touch one more time, and we're going to challenge ourselves first. You're going to put that book so it presses down on your ribs and your low abs, so lengthwise, right? Just giving ourselves some feedback. Lift those legs tabletop. Deep breath in, exhale, belly button to the spine, and then inhale, knees move away. You can do one leg at a time. Now, if you feel comfortable, depending on your book, you could try lifting it up, right? So for a lot of us, unless you fan it open or unless you have a really thick book, it might not work, but you can try, or you could even put a fingertip there, or you can just keep your book closed and continue what we're doing, giving yourself that feedback that that book doesn't rock or move. Good. And then we'll hug those knees in and put that book on those ankles again. Take a quick little rock side to side, and then feet down, and let's walk them so that knees are hip distance apart, as are your ankles. Put that book over on your left side. So maybe all the way again, lengthened out, so it's covering your rib and your hip. And then place your hands on that book and then lift up in a bridge. All right, so your left side should have to work a little bit harder. You're going to bring your right arm in the air if you can. If you need to put it down, that's absolutely fine. Maybe put it down to start with. Then bring your right knee up, extend it up in the air, and notice did your left hip drop. So even your hips up, which means you probably have to lift more on the left side than you think. Lower that right leg, even with the left knee, open it, close it, come up, down, open, close, up, down, open, close, up and down. Keep that right hip, left hip lifted. I'm having to remind myself every time to keep that hip a little higher than I think it needs to be. When you feel it in your hamstring, you'll know. 2 more. Good. Heels down, hips down, and shift that book to your right side. Right hand on the book. Lift your hips, maybe go a little higher than what you think on that right side, especially as you bring that left leg up. Then extend it, and again, we're going to lower and open, back together and up. Your choice to keep that left arm on the ground or to keep it hovering for a little more challenge. Or, play with it back and forth. And you might find one side works a little better than the other. And up, down, open, close, up, down. Woo, take a break. Stretch that left leg out and bring that book behind your right leg for me, please. Hug it in, let it open a little to the right, and then bring it across to the left and start to get that nice stretch. Flip the book so that it presses against that hip, and that should really open up that hip a bit more. And then finally, drop it open and let the leg just rest on the book for a second. And then straighten the right leg out. Bring that left knee in, hug behind it, open out to the left, bring it across toward the right, and then flip the book on the outside of that hip and knee, deeper stretch. Woo, wonderful stretch here. And then just flip that book open, let that leg flop on it for a moment. And then we're going to grab that book again and put it once more on our ankles, but this time we're going to start rolling like a ball. So we're going to exhale to roll, inhale, pause at the top. My cat's doing an imitation of her vulture right now. Exhale to roll, inhale to pause, exhale to roll, inhale to pause. One more time, we exhale, roll, and we inhale, pause. So we're going to get a nice spine stretch because we're going to use that book to sit up so our sit bones are higher. And then we'll pull those glutes out from under us. And you can even kind of shimmy toward the front of your book, widen your legs, flex through your heels, and start with just an extension here. So doing your best to sit up out of your hips and then hinge forward, not dropping and rounding, but staying tall. And then you might begin to straighten out your legs if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Hinge, and you can pull yourself into this a little bit. And then as we sit up, you're going to slide off that book. We're going to bring the feet a little closer together, maybe mat distance apart. We're going to bring that book behind our head, but elbows are going to be wide. Deep breath in. We're going to do that same hinge that we just did. You might not go as far, don't worry. And then we're going to turn this into a delightful little neck stretch because we're going to allow that chin to drop and the weight of the book. Don't pull on the book, just let the book give yourself a nice opening and stretch here. Now, as you come up, I want you to think about pushing your head against the book, keeping your elbows nice and wide, and sit up beautifully tall. All right, nice. We're going to go back to that bent knee position. Feet are on the ground, shoulders back and down. Book out in front of you. Exhale, give me a small hinge. I don't want you to way get back here, just a little hinge, enough that you can keep your spine lengthened rather than rounded. So check this part of your low back and make sure it can be in neutral. And then you're going to drive this car right and left, right? Exhaling and inhaling to center, exhaling and inhaling. Look at your knees and see if they're playing wobble dobble, right? Keep them centered. Few more here. And relax. Woo, we are turning over onto our side. We're going to start in our clam position. Sorry, I have to move I don't even know what kind of critter this is. I think it's a cougar or panther, I don't know. Anyway, we're starting lying down, arm underneath your ear, hips are stacked, knees are stacked. We're going to take that book on the top leg and we're just going to hold it in place. We're going to go into our regular clam to start with. So feet stay together, we pivot open. One more. Good. Now we're going to lift our heels up and we're going to do that pivot from here. And now we're going to put the book underneath our bottom leg, just not so it digs into your flesh. So if you need to move it towards your knee, and then we're going to start with that same clam, only it's going to feel a little different. So my knee is up, my hips are down. Just two more. And then finally, we do the one where we lift those legs up in the air. So again, get that book where it's not digging into the edges of your flesh, and we go again. Digging into the edges of your flesh. And relax. Woo, hopefully you felt that in that outer hip. We've gotten quite a bit of outer hip love today. All right, so we're going to go right into our side plank with the book where our feet would be, or if you do your side planks on the outside of the thigh, outside of the thigh. Put your bottom foot on the book first and your top leg in front, or stack them up. Remember, you're going to be a little higher on this plank, so a little bit more challenging. Notice if you have a hinge in your hips, try to stack them up before you even go anywhere, right? So that your ankles, your knees, and your hips are in a straight line, and your shoulder is, and then we push that shoulder back and we lift up out of it and we really engage, and then we come up. So option to simply stay here. You could arch a little arches. You could do little dips. You could even do rotations. You could even try lifting the top leg, holding it and bringing it down, lifting and holding and bringing it down. Totally up to you, or just stay stable. Again, with our feet up on this book, we're a little bit higher, should be more challenging. And let's gently come down. All right, we're doing that on the other side, please. So we start stacked up, arm underneath your ear, lengthened out. Oops, tail on the wrong side now. All right. So everything is stacked, book is on that top leg. Waistline is lifted, and we start with our regular clam, feet together, knees opening. And we're going to lift the heels and do that same exercise. Keep it going. Almost there. All right, and now we put the book underneath, right, where it doesn't cut into your flesh. And we start with that first clam. Pivot open. Did your waistline drop down? Lift that up. And then heels up, knees down, adjust the book if you need to. And from there, we do that same lift. Pivot open. Keep the waistline lifted. And relax. Woo, Okay, and now we have our side plank. So go ahead and get your feet where they're going to need to be on your book, and then take those hips and bring them forward, chest open, shoulder push back, lift up out of it, and as you're ready, lift on up. And then you choose, stay here, do little arches, do little dips, do little rotations, maybe try lifting that top leg, holding it for a moment. Totally up to you guys what version you want to do. You can just hold, that's fine. And then gently down. And as we come down, we're going to grab that book and bring it to the front of our mats, please. So you're on your mat, but your book is out front. So first, we're just going to do a nice supported Superman here. So hands are going to stay on the book, toes, lift, reach, stretch, and both legs. Lift your kneecaps, but keep your toes down for now. Deep breath in, exhale, press down on the book to lift yourself up, and then slide the book back by drawing your shoulder blades together. And then lift those legs, and we're just holding here. So again, upper body is supported, but lower body is lifting. And we're holding, flying that Superman, and then we'll exhale down. Deep breath in, exhale, press into the book, slide your shoulder blades back, lift those legs, be strong through your quads. You don't want a little bend in the knees. Try and get all parts of your quads off the ground and bring it down. One more time like that. Press down onto the book, squeeze back, and lift. And gently bring that down. Let's take a moment. Windshield wiper your legs. And then bring that down. All right. There's a cat right behind the laptop, so hopefully that's not going to topple over. All right. Okay, a little different this time. We're going to bring our hands behind us and try to put that book on our sacrum. Arms are going to stay down. Deep breath in. Actually, not true. We're lifting up just a little bit, but a lot of support here. And then legs lift with that book on your sacrum. Make sure it didn't slide to your low back, because that will not be a good position for it. So if you need to, slide it down a little closer to your booty. Deep breath in, and we exhale to lift. We're going to inhale, hold at the top, and exhale down. Now, I just put weight on your legs. If that's too much for your low back, just go back to the first version or no book at all. Just a couple more times. We lift and hold, and bring it down. One more time, deep breath in, exhale, lift and hold. All right, final version, you can do with or without the book. If you're going to do it with the book, you're going to be holding the book out in front of you, and that's going to add quite a bit of challenge. So you choose. So we're going to start by exhaling, belly button to the spine. Inhale, prepare, exhale, lift up, slide the book back, and then if you can, as your legs are hovering, lift your arms. Hands down, legs down, come down. Deep breath in. Belly button in as you press up. Inhale, squeeze back, hold, lift the book if you can. Exhale, down. So again, if you try two more on your own. If you choose to lift that book, that's going to add quite a bit of intensity. If that's too much for you, no worries. Last one, press down, lift up, maybe lift your book, and then we're going to relax all the way back in shell stretch. So if you want, that book can go between your hips and your heels or up near your knees to give yourself some more space. And then you don't have to unmute for this one, but you get to at the end. We're going to do a cat-cow, but we're going to do a variation. So we're going to bring our right hand forward and to the right. And then we're going to bring our left knee forward and to the left. So we've got a wide base, and we're going to undulate forward and back. But you should feel this in different places because of this stagger and because we've opened out to the side. And then we'll come on back. Bring everything back to square. Left hand goes forward and out. right knee comes forward and out. And again, we're going to cat-cow, undulating forward and back, getting movement through all those little spaces in your spine. Beautiful. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip over to a seated position with our left glute on the book. And your right leg kind of tucked just a little bit behind you. We're not going to go full-on version here, so you can make it comfortable. It doesn't have to press way back. But lift yourself up and pull that left glute out from under you so you can sit really tall. And we're just going to start with this easy version of the mermaid. Keep your arms parallel with each other. You don't want to do this, right? So the left one goes down the same amount as the right one comes up, just like your even Steven seesaw. And we're just going to the left. Good. Now for a little more challenge, bring them into a V. And again, it's not, you're not cheering, you're actually lengthening, and then coming back to center. So you don't want to go over here and then go, what, even though that's interesting. Good. And then if you can, and your range of motion might get really small, you can interlace, do your Charlie's Angels fingers, or I prefer candlestick, and you can try, again, to the left, but don't fall off your book. I just went right to the edge there, up and over, and come up with control, up and over, and come up with control. One more time, go over, hold, straighten your arms, reach, put your back knee down, and then bring it up. And then let's do that on the other side. So you're going to shift so that your right hip is on the book, left leg beside you, and then, oops, pull those glutes out from under you so you can sit a little bit taller, please. And then we start arms in that T position, and we go over and up. Good. When you come up, try to sit tall. Nice job, you guys. Now, if you want to, you go into that V, and you just have to do your best to keep your head in the center of that V. Good. Then we come back to center. Remember how you did your Charlie's Angels before? Switch your grip, right? So put the other pinky first. Makes you feel a little bit different. And then we try our candlestick. And then on this last one, we'll go to the side. We're going to straighten our arms. We're going to reach to the top arm, hold, and bring it up. Ooh, that should have been a nice bit of love for those obliques. All right, so now we're lying back down on our spine again, please. We're going to bring that book behind our head, just as we did earlier, with fingertips at the edges of the book. Deep breath in, exhale, lift up, and get your front shoulder blade and your back shoulder blade off the ground. And then straighten out your back leg and put it on the ground, and pivot yourself up without bringing this elbow too far across. It's going to come a little across. Try and get this elbow, your front elbow, keep it on the ground, and could you lift that shoulder blade off the ground? So you're way up here. And then you're going back through center and lying down again. We're going to stay on the same side. So back leg is down, both shoulder blades lift, front elbow down, and try and get front shoulder blade off the ground. And then roll back down. Deep breath in, exhale, lift and twist. Again, I know that elbow is going to come a little bit forward, but I want to avoid this, right? Don't bring that elbow by your face, please. Good. Last one to this side. Deep breath in, exhale, pull that belly button in, up, twist, reach, and down. Woo, let's do that to the other side. Back knee is gonna bend, front leg is gonna straighten. Both shoulder blades come off the ground, back elbow down, and we twist, reach, and lift just as far as you can, and exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly button pulls in. Exhale, twist, lift, reach, and down. Again, exhale to lift, twist, reach. Try not to pull that head too much. 2 more. And last time. And bring it down. Oh boy, I don't know about you guys, but I felt those. So we're going to take an interesting twist here. Scoot your hips towards the front of the room. Take your front leg, straighten it, and bring it across your body, straight if you can. If you can't, bend your knee a little bit, and it should be a really big twist and get some opening in that spine that might have just felt what we were doing. You can even take your back hand and pull your hip forward, take your front hand and open that shoulder. And then come on back through center. Walk your hips to the back of the room. Top leg is going to lift, bring it across your body. And again, if you need to, bend the knee or straighten it. Front hand can grab that hip and bring it forward. And then roll on back through center. Soles of the feet are coming together for just a moment. Passive inner thigh stretch. It's nice and easy here. When we were squeezing that book earlier, we worked those adductors. So we're just going to give them a little break here. And then while you're there, straighten your left leg, but leave the right leg where it is. So kind of halfway stretch here. Then bring that left leg in, right leg is going to extend. And then both knees bend. And we are grabbing our book again. We're not done. All right. We're going to put that book on our left palm. So this time you will cock your wrist so that that book doesn't fall on your head. Take your right hand and bring it to your left rib cage. Deep breath in. On the exhale, pull your ribs down towards your hips. And at the same time, lengthen that arm nice and straight over your head. Tuck your chin. Remember when we had that book there? Keep that head lengthened out. Drop those knuckles as close to the ground as you can without letting those left ribs pop up. And then exhale and bring that arm right above you. Yep, we're doing a slow motion one, huh? Deep breath in, exhale, arm goes up by your ear, hold here, pull the rib down, tuck your chin, nod yes. Your arm might be shaking a little bit, I love that. And then bring it up. Deep breath in, exhale, reach it over your head, hold, 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 abs in, and bring it up. Changing it up, arm over your head, bend the elbow as if you're going to slide the book down towards the ground, straighten the elbow, straighten the elbow, straighten the elbow, straighten, straighten, one more straighten, and then bring it up again, put those two things together, nod your head yes, arm up over your head, bend it, straighten it, bring it up, arm up over your head, ribs down, bend, straighten, and up, again, arm overhead, bend, straighten, and up. One more time, overhead, bend, straighten, and up. Book goes to your right palm. Left hand on that right rib cage. We're going to bring that right arm by our ear. We're going to keep pulling the right ribs down. We're going to keep pressing those knuckles closer to the ground, holding, tuck the chin, back of the neck is long, and then bring that up. And then we inhale up overhead, make sure that rib cage is pressing down. And bring it up. Again, up and overhead, reach through those fingers, knuckles close to the ground, ribs down, and bring it up 2 more times, reaching up and over, hold, 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 ribs down, bring it up. Last one like this, arm reaches overhead, bring it up. And now we bring that arm overhead, we bend, straighten. Little tricep action, you should feel it right through here. Press, press, ribs down, push, push, last 2, last 1, up and over, then overhead, bend, straighten, lift, up and overhead, bend, straighten, and lift, up and overhead, bend, straighten, and lift. One more, up and overhead, bend, straighten, and lift. Woo! And again, we're going to put that book on the shins and give it a hug in and feel a nicer stretch in that low back. Then we're going to take that book. We're just going to use this for a little bit of a support here. We're going to bring it across and let our shoulder blades drape over it. Fingers to the edges of your skull. If you have vertigo or cervical spine issues, give yourself support. If you're okay, let your head drop. And you should feel a nice stretch across your chest. You could even open your arms into a T position. You could rotate the hands so that the thumbs go towards the ceiling and then the palms go down and then the palms go up. You could do this in a V position. You could do it down by your hips. Again, if this is uncomfortable, you can play with not having as much extension in your neck. And then eventually roll over and bring that book out from under you, and we'll use that to help us give a better stretch. So book behind the right knee, fold that leg in. Left leg is going to drop to the side as you bring the book over to the right. Now we're going to keep everything how it is, but we're going to flip that book so it's against your shin or your calf. Pull the right knee down, try and get it into your right armpit. And I'm using the book to press my right calf. So I've got a right angle there. My left leg is just off to the side, and that's fine. Now bring that, fold the leg again, bring it back through center and straighten the left leg as you flex through the heel. We're going to do that same thing right here, but then we're going to go ahead and slide that book all the way up the ankle. And we're going to lift ourselves up with a pointed toe, and then we're going to flex down, and we're going to point to lift. We're going to flex down one more time. We're going to point to lift. We're going to flex down, bring the book to the outside of that right leg, and let that toe turn down and bring that leg slightly towards your left side. Feel that IT band, then bend that knee and let it drop all the way. Once again, into that twist. As you roll back through center, put the right foot on the ground next to the left thigh, and then let it pivot open. And we're going to take that book on the inside of the right thigh and let the weight of the book just give us a stretch. Left hand on that left hip so it doesn't pop up too much. And then we're going to bend both knees. We're going to bring that book through your thread the needle behind the left leg and hug it down and squeeze in, and you should feel a nice stretch because I can pull that leg deeper and press that right leg open. And then keep that going, put the book on the ground, give your right foot a little love, right? Use your left hand to maybe rotate, pull the toes straight, flex them back, push against them, roll your foot down that arch. And then finally, you're gonna put your left foot on the ground, cross the right leg all the way on top, and let the knees drop to the left, please. Nice twist here. And then as you roll back through center, we'll grab that book, right leg flops to the right, book comes behind the left. And we move that book over to the left, and then we're going to flip it up against that calf muscle. So we're pulling down and pressing up or against. And then as we come back through center, straighten the right leg, flip that book up, point your toes to lift yourself up, and then flex to come down. And we're going to point to lift, and we're going to flex to come down. And one more time, we're going to point, lift, and flex down. Bring the book to the outside of the left leg. Press, turn your toe down to get that beautiful IT band stretch. And then finally bend the knee and go into your twist. As you come back through center, left foot goes next to the right thigh. Pivot open, put the book on the inner thigh of the left leg, and press that right hip down, please. And then we'll thread the needle. And we'll use that book to pull in so we get a deeper stretch on that left side. I'm using my left elbow to push against that left leg. And then foot goes down, book out of the way, crisscross, and drop left, please, or to the right, please. Now, as you come back through center, you can also unmute yourselves for our grand finale cat-cow. So we come into that cat-cow position, nice boxy shape. Let's start with that scared Halloween cat. And then we inhale into the cow. And cat. Thank you. There we go. And cow. All right, one more cat from here. And then as you come into your cow, then you're going to go ahead and stick that tailbone way up. Find yourself in a down dog. You can bark. And then walk your legs really wide. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. We're going to do that one more time. There we go. Thank you. And cow. All right. Happy Halloween, you guys. Thank you.